versus Tonga.
To be performed by the Samoan Methodist Church Blacktown, followed by the national anthem of Tonga, to be performed by the Tongan Sydney Choir.
Well, that is quite sensational. How good are the voices of the respective choirs here? We have Tonga at the northern end of the ground. The Samoans will take their place. A little bit of background to the Civic Towers, Samoa. Some of the lines in translation: my strength is at its peak, make way and move aside. And for the Tongans, the Sipi Tau, fight well, be strong, fight hard, be firm. They're ready for the battle here on the football field at Parramatta. This will set them up, and great respect of the two nations. And then the delivery of the respective cries as well. Nothing is held back here.
What about the emotion we saw on the face of Samisoni Langi during the course of those national anthems?
Alrighty, all of this before kickoff here at Parramatta. You're watching it live on Fox Sports. Well, what about that? After the Mexican standoff to start it, who goes first? They were just waiting and waiting. And you dare not open your mouth in commentary. And then they put on that exhibition.
Tell me you wouldn't be ready to play rugby league. Tell me you wouldn't be ready to charge into the opposition after that. Wow.
I've seen plenty of war cries before, but the build up to that, just then the tension as they stood face to face, and then when Tonga take their turn with a sippy towel, they turn around to see Samoa have come up to halfway, encroaching in their space. Who takes the first hit up? It may be Big Sam from the Bulldogs. It will be Tonga kicking off. So Sam Cassiano's ready back in goal.
Well, all that emotion, you know it's going to play a part early in this game, and it's probably going to play a part quite deep into the game. But it's probably going to be the side that settles first. The side that gets through their sets, no mistakes, gets to their kick, puts some pressure on the opposition. That will go a long way towards them winning the game. But, wow, let the emotion fly, I say.
I always say it before a game. Let's have some fun. The Pacific Test. Samoa and Tonga. Tonga in the red, right to left of your screen. Samoa with first use of the football. And the first charge is key. The Parramatta man, Junior Paulo with the first run. Cassiano follows up and tramples Sione Katoa. And with an offload back. 2 plays in and just in advance of the 30-metre line. Those respective war cries led by Penny Terapo for Tonga. There was Siaso Sue for Samoa. And that is Sue who will play it 5 metres short of halfway. Dummy half duties with Kaiser Pritchard. So the two brothers playing tonight side by side. May not be too many more opportunities for that to happen. Lisa Namau in the back row, the Dragons prop. Last tackle in a pretty good first set from Samoa. The kick from Godinay is fielded there by David Fusitu'a, who, if you missed it on Fox Sports last weekend, he was sensational at fullback. You wouldn't know that they needed Roger Tuivasa-Sheck or Tuilula here. He was that good against the Dragons.
Yeah, brilliant in that game. Good start for this game. But look at what Samoa did there. Big man, big man, big man. Another big man with Cassiano. Then we'll send Lisa Namau. Got to their kick. Really good start to this game from Samoa.
Lise Kafusi got it up close enough to halfway now. Tony Williams playing on that left side for Tonga. First played for Tonga back at the 2008 World Cup. Then went on to achieve international honours with Australia as well. Kick from Mateo, nice and high. Oh, got a bad one there, it dipped on him. Simona has dropped it. Advantage Tonga. 10 metres away from the Samoan line.
Well, one of the players we highlighted before the game, you know, we're both big fans of Tim Simona as an athlete. Usually plays in the centres for the West Tigers, and that was a difficult one to take. Swirling away from him at the last minute, just a little bit planted with his feet. Didn't allow himself to move when the ball swung away. In the end, turns it over, put his side under pressure. Great opportunity for Tonga. 12 metres out from the Samoan line.
Yes, what an opportunity, and there's no haste to pack the scrum. There's no scrum clock here in the test match. Mateo just meanders over to pick up the ball. They've all moved to the open side here. There may be a play for Solomon Akata. We know that he's a ball of muscle from the Warriors. They skip him as Langy gets them out right for Zatura into the line. 11 metres away from the Samoan line. Early chance with the Tongans, who were beaten by 2 in last year's test. 18-16. Manu got the offload away. Katoa, he was thrown down by Pritchard after offloading. Centrefield, Terapo. He'll have a little crack at them. And it is all hands on deck for the Samoan defence early. Mateo right out in front. Up in his face was Sam Casiano. And then the ball almost lost there. And in fact has stayed down in the tackle. Time blown off by Ben Cummins, the referee in charge.
Tackle 4.
It was brutal goal line defence. It needed to be.
There's a bit of toing and throwing here around Kaiser Pritchard after Feleti Mateo stayed down after the shot. He wasn't happy with that at all. And let it be known, I don't know whether there was an incident in it, but it seemed that Tongan players rushed to the scene of the incident. Let's have another look at it here. Just that pass out in front and it all shut down there for the Tongans. Can't really see anything there. Ball loose.
Yeah, well, it's an awkward landing, isn't it? The way he went into the ground, Kaiser Pritchard, the Samoan hooker over the top. I think Mateo was complaining off the ground because I think they said you're feigning injury. Well, there'd be no advantage for Feleti Mateo to feign injury with the side on the attack.
No, it's been looked at.
Halfway through the set.
Still talking Feleti, not happy with that. And you're right, awkward way to fall, and you just never know when the head, when it's the head that hits the ground first.
Wait there.
You just never know. Got to be
Feleti,
careful.
I need to pick it up. Feleti, pick up the ball. Wait for the whistle.
Penrith debut there.
Tackle 4.
Around 26 last year in the Spoon Bowl game.
Yes.
Panthers v Knights, we called it. Off Angowie, the young Bronco. On debut for Tonga here. 5 metres away from the line. Last tackle. Let's see what attacking kick they have. They're going to Mateo exclusively. So far, the ball comes for Pengo to score the first try of the night. In the words of Bill Lowy, he caught it as clean as a whistle.
Well, it's all happening to put the back there. And I thought that set, it just lost all momentum. There was the pass out in front of Mateo, and as a result of that, the play broke down on the left-hand side. They got themselves another tackle after the long wait because of the injury. Mateo sets himself up again for a kick. To be honest, it's pinpoint accuracy because he knew his man had momentum, and look at the leap from Pangai. 2 hands above the pack, puts it down. The young man from Townsville, 1 NRL game to his name with the Cowboys. That's back in 2012. 1 try to start things tonight in this test match.
Well, his NYC career, you watched him and you thought he could be anything. Started off with the Tigers, then the Cowboys. That was between 08 and 2011, and as you mentioned, a taste of first grade 2012, and then, well, the career stalled at that level. He's played with the Townsville Blackhawks the last couple of seasons, and here he is, a try scorer on a big stage tonight. Solomon Akata is the first choice kicker. They've got Kata and Langy as options. I don't think they'll get down to Feleti Mateo. So Kata for a 6-0 lead. 5 minutes into the contest. What a start. And the kick, well, he's got the slice happening to get it through the middle. It's the anti-Jonathan Thurston. Pure slice down the middle.
Let's call it fade, give him the benefit of the doubt.
It was slice.
It was a fantastic kick. And we've got to go back to the drop from Tim Simona. That was the one that gave them possession in that attacking part of the field. And as I said, took an age to get through that set of 6, but in the end they get the try and they get the goal from the sideline. So Solomon Akato, who's did a lot of kicking for the Warriors in NYC career. It's a great strike to start the night.
I'll make the observation, the crowd's having a good time. Tonga with the ball from the restart. Oh, and up they come and down they fall. Felice Kafusi. An army of defenders waiting for him there. Qatar will go for a run. One of the rookies of the year last season in the NRL. Played every game for the Warriors and he's carried on this year with 7 tries. Ripping into him this time as Terepo. He's just thrown back there by Sue. He turned javelin for a moment. Fosatua. What an offload there. Great attack from the Tongans. Langi loomed up in support. This is some sort of set. Off a Hengawi or power. Tonga full of running here early. Just over 6 minutes gone in a 6-0 scoreline. Oh, Tony Williams this time. Knocks Goldenay into next month. But the ball has been turned over.
Well, what's the weight differential there? Tony Williams conservatively 120 and Peter Godinay 82.
Well, that's T-Rex versus a trilobite. That's what it is.
The Pterodon had no chance, did
That's
he?
it. The trilobite is down.
But really good set of 6 from Tonga. Not happy Tony Williams there, but the pass from Fosatua to a flying Langi, prepared to chance their arm early on in the game, and to be honest, you expect it, don't you? Bit of flamboyant, free-flowing football, and they marched upfield very comfortably. That's a concern for Samoa.
Fosatua do something very similar in one of his first games in first grade. It was Warriors versus the Titans up on the Gold Coast, and you'd seen his great finish. He's got the dive. When you saw his offload, you thought, this boy, he's got a bit of talent, this young fella. And he's still only 21 now. And Samoa with the ball. Cassiano wanted a quicker play. The ball that looked pretty marginal. In fact, both balls did as they came to the right-hand side. 5 short of halfway. And back to set up field with Paulo, and that's a pretty handy charge to get them up to the 40-metre line. Tongan into the field. Paulo and Cassiano, if those sat on the bus next to each other on the way out to the ground. It'd have to be the back seat, wouldn't it? Last tackle for Samoa. Godinay has got his kick. It'll come down really in no man's land. Samoa allowed to catch it, and Tonga will make the tackle for the changeover. They were happy for Matthew Wright
Here it is, Junior.
take the catch.
Go.
Made a good effort to get out and put pressure on the kicker there, did Joe Ofahengawa. Just needs to be very careful about hitting a man in the air. Almost got Godinay in a dangerous position. And good work with the pressure. Just make sure you don't commit a foul when you get there.
Just inside their own half, but not for long. And Williams again runs it. Little Godinay, who hangs on as game as they come. Back for Mateo. And Centerfield with Felice Kafusi. Big night for the family with Patrick to come off the bench. There's now the ball with Ofahengawi and Langi looking to hold it up, and this time himself held up by Pritchard. Also across there, Brown. Last play with Tonga. Again, they go to Mateo. He's striking them pretty well so far. This time the ball finds the grass. It's play on. It's still the last tackle. The kick from Katoa was a good one. Oh, Samoa is lined up in goal by Langi. It hasn't done Langi much good.
Just a danger player, Tim.
He threw every gram of weight at him.
Sione Katoa, I reckon there was a chance to offload rather than the kick. Let's stay with Samasoni Langi. Just before that, there's Joe Ofahengawa charging into a gap. Langi, great shot. Might have been a bit of friendly fire over the top from Penny Terapo. In some sort of distress. We saw earlier in that set of 6, Samasoni Langi was playing the football on the 5th tackle. Obviously not ideal. But the reason was he straightened up and he wanted Sikamanu to stay on the outside of him. He came back on the inside. He'd created a bit of space and an extra number there, Langi. And that comes with the, you only get a couple of sessions together, maybe 3 tops during the course of the week, and they just didn't quite read it. He's got the left knee heavily strapped here. Now they're looking very closely at the right knee. He's a young man who had a couple of games in first grade for the Roosters a couple of years ago, and it's been injury that has curtailed his career, and let's just hope that it's not another serious injury tonight that he's picked up.
Well, I remember him when he first came in the scene in the lower grades, and people watched him and said, gee, he's got a sort of Brad Fitt, the build about him, had a step to back it up as well. He's always been handy. I hope that he can get through this. He will be replaced here, which throws a spanner into the works of the interchange. We've got Siluini ready to come on, who is the backup dummy half, but we may have to throw him straight into the halves. He's moving a little freely, more freely now, but still doesn't look good. So Tonga with the ball from a deep line dropout. And there's no fear in these runs back. Terapo takes the first one there. 6-0 scoreline. Oh, that's a loose ball. That was inviting trouble. Felice Kafusi onto it. He's become a bit of a mainstay of the Melbourne 17 since the start of last year. Now Tony Williams.
Just introduce yourself, Peter. Got a name of Tony Williams. He's going to be acquainting himself with you all night.
20 metres away from the Samoan line, and this time the ball delivered shot. Oh, Terapo lost his footing. Exquisite pass from Joe Ofahengaue. It was a beauty. Mateo out in front, off was a Tua, and it takes a good tackle by Brown. 5'8" defending on the left side. Tonga with it. And again, Mateo's kicked it. It's come off the back there in the front row of Paulo, and it's a big back to Omet. The ball is anyone's. Katoa's got it and will claim a try. The old knock it off the back foot. 11 minutes in.
I have no try. Can you confirm whether that player is offside on the kick chase, boys?
Is he offside when it makes contact with the back of Junior Paulo?
So Katoa is the dummy half.
Kick chase on the left-hand side is onside. Kick chase on the right is offside.
Yeah,
and he's
that player
the
there, Sione Katoa, came from an offside position. Wow, for all the theatrics of that. And how
Sione Katoa is always in front of Felipe Mateo and becomes involved. Have a decision and going to the board.
So he has to stay out of the play. He can play no role. And this is going to come back in the positive for Samoa, in the negative for Tonga. Katoa had conceded once he saw the replay. Did I tell you my observation was I think the fans are having a good time?
I think we're having a good time too. Disappointment here for Tonga with sustained attack. Short passing for Ofahengaue. Players running into holes. That's what we can expect all night. That's Katoa. I'm still not sure about who's playing dummy half. We've seen Siluini in a dummy half a couple of times in that set of 6. Katoa as well. So maybe they just go with the one first receiver, and that's Felipe Mateo.
What's happened there? Well, they may still find the line. It was, you can't call it a miss kick because it's still gone 50 metres or more. But it never got more than about 1.5 metres off the ground. There's a let-off. Tonga comes straight back against Samoa. Qatar gets wound up there. Trying to run over the top. Well, he did run over the top of Abaa there. The very strong centres from the Warriors and Rabbitohs respectively. Tonga gets inside the Samoan 20.
Bring it back.
Only 15 metres away from the line. Good start to the match by Joe Ofahengaue. He's only ever started one game for Brisbane. Every other game off the bench. Hasn't he looked good in the red jumper of Tonga tonight? Mateo, he always keeps them guessing. There's one of the passes, which was a blood-driven ball to throw to your outside man. That needed the colour gun up like you get at the 10-pin bowling, that one. And Samoa will have the scrum feed.
His first thought was run. And then he realised he hadn't created any space there. Tried the big step, left foot or right foot. And then thought, oh, maybe there's more attacking options on the outside there. So he's neither one nor the other. But it's all Tonga. Look at the possession.
75% of the ball. 10 tackles inside the Samoan 20 so far.
Head in, Kaiser.
After completion rate only 3 of 6. So Samoa with the ball and thankful to have it, I would reckon. Winterstein going in to take that one. We've got one current Cowboys winger and one former Cowboys winger representing Samoa tonight. As there's a penalty.
We've gone through.
Going away. Kirasoni-Avara has a bit to say out of all of that.
Just wait there, wait there, wait there.
I think he still thinks the war cry is happening. He was marching forward.
Just wait there.
Well, that was a shot from Felice Kafusi. Man on screen. That was a great shot into the midriff. And you saw the response by Alvara. I reckon it stung him as well. Got to his feet, but it stung.
So play back underway, Paulo! Out of my way, if you please! No one was going to stand aside. Now Pritchard to centre field for Sue. He was strong for the Tigers, wasn't he, last week against the Rabbitohs up in the front row?
He's had an excellent season thus far.
One of the best games I've seen him play. So Sue now for Godinay. And straight into the clutches of Terapo. His game, little Peter, I've told the story before that the Warriors, after sessions, he used to have Ruben Wiki run at him for tackling practice. Now Avar with the ball on the inside run. Plenty of Tongan jumpers there. Over the top. It's Samoa their best chance of the match. 20 metres away from the line. Lisa Narmau has always had a little bit of footwork. Last tackle. And the kick will come from Brown. Puts it out in the corner. Here comes Winterstein. The ball is loose. The Samoans have got the try. Oldfield couldn't defuse it. Ben Cummins wants to check it with the buck.
Last tackle. Yep. Yep. Have a try. Can you see if there's any contact from the Samoan player onto the Tongan catcher, please?
Yeah, that was the contest in the air was the concern.
We cleared the onside.
Whether he actually went for the ball or not. Let's have a look at it. Oldfield, well positioned, gets a good leap, gets first touch. Now, at this point, I don't think a Samoan player's touched the football yet.
We see that both players are contesting the ball.
And it's a fair contest.
That was a great leap by Oldfield.
The ball had only been touched by Tonga at that point.
Still no touch there from Samoa onto Tonga.
Need to ensure that Samoa do not knock the ball on.
I'm looking top left. Doesn't touch Oldfield on the ground.
Based on a live decision of try, we've cleared there's no knock on by Samoa in securing possession of the ball.
Put down is spot on. Antonio
did the grounding, have a decision and going to the ball.
Terrific try scorer through his career with first Brisbane, then North Queensland. And tonight it's a 4-pointer for Samoa. I saw him score a hat-trick for the Samoans against the Kumals back at the 2013 World Cup. In his NRL career, 77 tries, and Antonio Winterstein scores here to get the scores back to 6-4.
Yeah, an accomplished finisher. And just put enough pressure on Michael Oldfield there. We saw he got the great leap from a standing start pretty much too, Michael Oldfield. With just pressure coming. And this man, and we spoke about him before the game too. New Brown, genuine 5'8", got a kicking game. Again, if we thought Feleti Mateo was good at the other end of the field, New Brown put it on a dime when he needed to.
Terrific player, but don't give him your iPhone. He will forever be remembered as an NRL player who put his iPhone in a microwave to charge it up.
Yeah.
And what happened next was a bit of a disaster. And then he put it on Facebook. So Brown with a kick for 6-all, 15 and a half minutes into the contest. Nice and straight, there's no slice, there's no hook. It's perfect. 6-all, Samoa and Tonga on Fox Sports, Andy Raymond sideline.
Yeah, and some horrible news amongst the smiles and the joy here. I've just spoken to the Tongan team representatives and we figured as much. Samisoni Langi has done his ACL for the second time in as many years. Gone for the game and gone for the season. Hey, Vossi, got a question for you about Farmanu Brown's phone.
Yeah.
Obviously wasn't a smartphone, nor a smart user.
Is that a question? Or is that a statement? Here come the Samoans again! Junior Paulo. The Parramatta fans love him here. And the Samoans are loving him. I think the Tongans are loving him tonight, watching him run back. Now some heavy defence. Godinay, Cassiano. Fair dinkum, Peter Godinay, he must feel like a jockey out there.
Joe, up now, bring it back, nothing. Holding for 3.
He's in the land of the giants at the moment. Sue now with the ball.
4 now, give me space.
Big players on the bench for the respective teams. David Fafita for Tonga. Sam Tangatizi for Samoa. Nice bit of ball movement. Seals Ricky Latelli. Another shot. Away for Winterstein. Winterstein off forward pass to Frank the Tank. They drop it in any case, but they've got the forward ball to Pritchard. That would have brought the house down for the Samoans. Big Frankie.
Well, he was in perfect position, Ben Cummins, there, so well done to him for getting there. He just thought, Pritchard, that Winterstein was going to break free here, and he never can. Great work, Katoa. He never got away from him, and as a result of that, thought he was going to be there to take on the fullback Fusatua. In the end, he gave it to him in that offside position. Good work, Katoa. Made the second effort to get there, and that ensures that the try is not scored.
Although watching the replay, Frank almost couldn't get himself in a position where he's behind his teammates. Even when Latelli had it, and then Winterstein had it, he was like the little kid in that. Evans, pass to me. Mate, get back.
Tim.
What about the pass from Latelli as well?
Shortcut.
Underrated player at
Matt
Cronulla.
Gidley special.
Underrated player at the Sharks, no question.
Movement. Straight there, Jesse. Hold.
And Oldfield to play it, a bit of a wrestle there with Kaiser Pritchard. Now for Williams.
Again, Peter Godinay.
Shorts go down this time, trying to get his own back in shapeful form. Qatar, Tongan, born and bred. Not the best play the ball I've ever seen right there. On to Offahengawi, really impressed with his start. 18 and a half minutes in. And off they go with Seliuini. You haven't seen him in the NRL for a number of years. Look at him go now, like a rubber ball. Godinay over the top with Sue. Last tackle, 20 metres away from the Samoan line. A super Saturday of Test football on Fox Sports. Samoa with a catch. Back to the 20-metre line for the restart. The mobile is running. 6 tackle set, not a 7 tackle set. Samoa makes 25 metres. Well, they've found their mojo, haven't they? Samoa now. We just start. Pick up. What the catch by Pritchard. Back for Ahmed. Frankie boy. Beautiful hands. And that's not so beautiful. In fact, that's downright bloody ugly. And that'll be a Tongan scrum. That's a bit unfortunate.
Great take, Tim Simone. A little deep with that, Mateo. But what you wouldn't have seen in your screens there is the effort that Kaiser Pritchard made to get back onside. Simona was flying for that 20-metre touch. There's the pickup. How the hammies, Frank. Did so well to reach out and get that one. That's soft hands under pressure. But Kaiser Pritchard made the effort to get back behind the 20-metre line so Tim Simona could take the tap and kickstart their set. As you mentioned, only 6 tackles, but they were rolling downfield very comfortably until the error.
Head in.
So possession starting to get a little closer to 50-50 to push in the scrum. The Tongans come back with it. Totai down that right side. Another Parramatta Eel on show here tonight on home soil. Now for Manu. Great story what Whole FC have done tonight. I hope they're watching it somewhere across the north of England, watching 2 of their own these days, Manu and Pritchard, representing their countries here. In the ballers with Felice Kafusi, working hard, 7 hit up, Seliuini, most definitely the dummy half now. Last time we saw him in first grade was with the Roosters back in 2013. Now playing in the Intrust Super Cup. Kick placed by Mateo out to the Samoan left side this time. The captain, Manu. Oh, the tackle on the goal line. Winterstein on Oldfield. Don't even know if Oldfield had the ball in it. He went flying. Manu must have gone close. The crowd in the corner are going ballistic.
Manu went close, but Tonga score if he passes. If Sika Manu passes to Michael Oldfield, They get across the line. Pinpoint accurate kick again from Feleti Mateo. If he passes that ball there, Oldfield scores.
Gets tapped away the big palm, but Oldfield, he was picked up and dumped without the ball. That's what he was appealing about. I just saw his body flying through the air. Strong run back there by Matthew Wright. Now has one game as a Manly Seagull under his belt. Saw him last week on Fox Sports against the Cowboys. Wittgenstein will play it this time. 6-all scoreline, 18 minutes remain. First half, it's entertained. Sure, there's been errors, but for entertainment value, it's pretty high. Nice pass on with Paulo. Godine kept it alive. Cassiano, or rather Armau with a fend. Last tackle, Samoa, 30 metres away from the line. This time, the kick from Samoa. He got a lot on it. It's one bounce and over the dead ball line. Monster kick.
Finished to sets. I know we talked about it a lot. Tonga were able to do it, created a great opportunity down the other end. Samoa rolled forward really comfortably. Their big men in action again. And getting out of dummy half and finding space in behind the markers when they get a quick play of the ball has been good. Just as we see here from Pangai.
Wow, that's a run from the winger coming in centre field and making that sort of territory. Now Mateo with the ball. And fed along by Katoa onto Manu. He slows it down. Sikamanu. Always so solid. Katoa keeping it alive. Vave's now out there. Been great for Manly this year, Vave. This is Katoa. Ball outside. Qatar puts a little move on. Godine makes his 11th tackle of the evening. Still a couple up the sleeve for the Tongans. Kafusi, that's Patrick. It's easy there with Paulo. Last play, Tonga. Wide ball, Katoa. Kick intercepted and can do it all. Frank Pritchard has got it to Tangatese. He's got some speed. They take it up over the 30. Frank Pritchard, the hands of a surgeon today. I'm not playing him in a game of operation. In with it with the tweezers, picking out the little pieces. How good's he going?
Well, that's presence of mind as well, isn't it? Concentration levels. Expecting anything. In the end, it's an easy catch at first slip, but then the presence of mind. I want to make some metres with it. Tangatese just on the field, supports him as well. It's the quick play the balls that puts the team under pressure. It's played at a cracking pace too. The fatigue levels at the back end of each half. And this is where the loss of Lange is going to be difficult for Tonga. That's when you wanted Seliuini coming on at that 30-minute mark. They've had to put him on earlier.
I must say I'm impressed with the role that Katoa's doing into halfback, and I'm impressed with what Seliuini's doing at hooker. Ball over with Samoa now. They've got the penalties, by the way, 3-0 through the first 24 and a half minutes. Teasy ran foul of the referee there a couple of years ago. Playing for Samoa against Fiji in the Four Nations qualifier. Paulo always strong. Now Armau with it. Quick play to ball, advantage for Samoa. Avaa will have a crack at them, and has been stolen by Pangai. Away he goes, beats one, has another on-footer. Brilliant ball, brilliant take, Fusatua. Fusatua turns them around, and the tackle is made by Pritchard. Test Rugby League, alive and kicking here at Pertec on Fox Sports. Tonga let the ball sing. Oldfield has cleaned up over the top with an old-fashioned clothesline tackle. 15 metres out from the line.
Soft hands, hard forearms from Frank Pritchard.
They can't run without eyes, Jimmy. They told that many years ago by Blocker Roach. They can't run without eyes.
Look at the blood. Now, that was on the back of a quick play of the ball. That's what the quick play of the ball can do. One-on-one strip from Pangai, and then bang, away he goes. When Fusatua got the football, he thought, here he is, the athlete. He just stumbled a little. And then they came in numbers, the Samoan defence, but they were shot to pieces. They went wide. Ouch! Well, he's on report. He missed games for Hull.
Oh, jeez, that's quite a shot. Frankie Pritchard. But it's desperate. Look, I will mount some defence. It is desperate defence. An 80-metre break upfield. He's spread it across. He's out on his feet, Frankie. That if the tackle's going to be careless, it's going to happen right there with a desperate captain trying to get back to save his team. He's on report. By the way, is this bloke Pengai doing this on a weekly basis in the Intrust Super Cup in Queensland? Because
it was our leg pull.
I don't represent any club, but I'm taking a checkbook down there and I'm going to manage it.
Well, he's got to meet the man on the other side for Samoa, doesn't he? Antonio Winterstein. He's the guy he's trying to get in that left wing position for the Cowboys. Kyle Fell on the right wing. He's doing a great job for them as well. Can you imagine if Ben Cummins sent Frank Pritchard from the field? Now that would have been interesting.
That's the mark there, Nuffy. That's the mark there. Back here, back here.
What year?
Bring it back.
Yeah, that's right.
What
It's
do you think? It's 1983.
Well, what did you think of the tackle?
Oh, he got it flush. He got him flush. This is where there should be the sin bin. That's for an argument for another day. Player on report, should have some time off. Good ball, Varve, put down by Patrick Kafusi.
And Vossi, while all this is happening, one of the great stories has just occurred down here. Big Sam Cassiano is on the bike and there's a lovely group of young fans behind him. They hand him the phone. He takes a selfie of him on the bike with them in the background, a giant smile on his face. Sums up the atmosphere of the crowd.
How good's that? Intense on, good fun off.
Well, here we are in the 27th minute, and look at Samoa now. Look how bunched they are. They're just starting to fan out a little bit now, but we're talking about fatigue levels. They're going to bite hard in this last 10 minutes.
Look at Talatisi. Look at him. Look at him go. Big Sam almost delivers a 40-metre try. Bullocking run. Samoa with Brown. Lovely left foot step knocked down by Tonga. Play on. Oh, Frankie Mo bounced it. Frankie Pritchard says check it. I think. Check it, they will.
I have a try. Can you see if there's a knock-on in that play?
I'm not so sure. I thought there may be a little bubble or a bounce.
Okay, we've got to check the put down. And that comes off the hand of Fusatua there. And it goes back anyway. Out of the hands of New Brown. So that's play on. So there's the hand from Fusatua. Just gets on the football. Right there. So we'll play on from this point. Now we're looking at grounding. You think he bounced it? Frank made a motion with the hands. I'm not sure what it was.
Samoa knocked the ball forward.
I see what you're saying here, Jimmy, but in the NRL round around, this has been called a knock-on a dozen times a week.
Well, that to me is that goes backwards, and the reason it comes out of the hands of New Brown is because it's forced out by David Fusatua. So if you want to call it anything, it's a Tongan knock-on.
Just from my own curiosity, if we're going to pull it up here, I just want to see whether Frank did get it down. Here's another pickup by Frank Pritchard, by the way, on the bouncing ball.
Gee, we're having plenty of looks at it.
Yeah, probably a few too many when we get to this point.
Yeah.
You can't keep looking at the same replay over and over.
We see that the ball travels forward over the ground. Have a decision and going to the board.
Well, there we go.
It travels forward over the ground.
So we won't even check the grounding by Frank Pritchard. If we get a chance, we'll have a little look at the grounding of Frank Pritchard, just as I say, to solve your curiosity if he did get it down.
Well, Frank was convinced he got it down.
There it was, Frank Pritchard. Does he get this down? Does he? Yes, he does. He scored. Had they allowed the play to continue. So Andy Raymond has got that as no try. Jimmy Smith has got it as try. And Oz got a wooden fence paling wedged up by you-know-where.
Okay, head in. Okay, Tim in.
Scrum feed with Tonga.
Out.
6-all scoreline. Pretty sure you're enjoying watching this one at home on Fox Sports. Day that has seen the junior Kangaroos knock over the junior Kiwis. Papua New Guinea, emotional victory against Fiji, a game that had two sides throw themselves at each other. Oh yeah, constantly for 80 minutes. And now these two sides looking to follow suit as Williams gets up to the 40. Looking the call there. Tala Mariner now out there. Now the Bulldog, the former Warrior, in 16 for Samoa. And Fafita also out there and straight into the game. He's called back to the He's got a bit to say. David Fafita. So
last tackle.
say this, there's some pretty big jumpers out there that's being worn across this test match. As the bomb will come down inside the Samoan 20. They've lost it again. Qatar got himself in the way. It was put down by Rod. Kept alive here. Across for Patrick Kafusi. Upended by Winterstein. Maybe they're short on the right. They come from dummy half left. It was probably 5-on-3 on the right-hand side. Back for David Fafita. Puts a fend on Godinay. They coming in from all sides. Look at Pritchard. Couple little mosquitoes around David Fafita. Mateo and then Katoa. Nice cut-out ball. Totai is with it. Comes back in field. Vaitotai kept it alive. Still on for Mateo. Mateo for Tonga. Blue jumpers everywhere for Samoa. Now to the left side. Oh, they've lost it on the line. With a queue of Tongans out of the left-hand side wanting the ball. They're saying lost it and kicked it. Probably has got an argument. Kafusi. And then taken dead by Samoa.
I've got it, scrum.
He was through too. Yeah. He catches that, he's through.
Well, he catches it and onto his leg and kicks it, and then it's taken dead by Samoa. Now, this is a situation where under NRL rules, they can overturn a scrum feed, but you see, the play here would be line dropout Samoa, and they can't turn a scrum feed into a line dropout.
Yep.
So I know it's just a little pedantic point, but it's the rules they follow.
They went right 2 tackles too late there on that occasion, didn't they, Tonga? They had them shot to pieces after the good run through the middle of the field. The 5-on-2 situation, and they just got there so late. Good strong tackle from Carter.
So just to explain that they can't turn a Samoan scrum feed into a Samoan line dropout. You're probably saying, well, why can't they? Well, they just can't. That's their own guidelines. They can only overturn one scrum feed to the other side. Penalty again to Samoa. 4-1 is the count. And we've got just over 10 minutes remaining in the first half. With 1 try apiece. Both have come from bombs. Wingers getting both tries. Big kick for line there, Jimmy.
Well, Peter Godinay, he only just got the ball into touch. He's already missed one.
And Fatala Mariner away. Oh, Kaiser Pritchard! Did he want a dental check? He just got one and a rib check as well. And back come the Tongans. What reckon David Fafita's wound up tonight? He had a couple of games in first grade this year at the Sharks. Ooh, that's not the sort of ball you want to get running out of trouble. They've made a mess of it, Tonga. Samoa have come up with it. 15 minutes out from the line. Both teams a little low on petrol here.
Wait there. Take it back. Back there, push up.
No one's really listening. They took it back probably 4 centimetres, I think they played the ball. Leeson Armour's got it now for Samoa. Chance going up for both teams here. Big army of fans representing both teams at that southern end. Lovely step by Brown. Oh, what a step again! Famanu Brown double up off the left. Now a dummy half. Godinay delivers short. Tangatisi shows his footwork, or rather, Fatala Mariner. Now Mateo away to Qatar. This time Samoa blow a chance.
Oh, I thought the pass was forward. The pass was forward from Godinay, but it was play on, and how they didn't score from that position, I'll never know. It looked like Felipe Mateo was offside, but he'd actually been through as a defender and was coming back onside, and it was all the same play. So play on. Now the errors are starting to come more and more, Bossy, but understandably so. Dave Fafita's still talking.
He's still talking. They were all through him there. A tangle of legs and arms. When he got up with a bit to say. Now Seliuini to the right. Sione Katoa. Well-placed kick. Brilliant kick. Simona back for it. Tongan jumpers everywhere. He's close to the sideline. And now he's over that same penalty. Vaitotai can't believe it.
He took a big punt there, Tim Simona, didn't he? He knew that he was under pressure from the chase. Really good kick, Katoa. Even better chase from those outside men. You can just see here in your replay box. Just knew, all right, I'll take him on down the sideline. Clearly a penalty because he had been stopped in the tackle, but he skirted with danger there.
Yeah, battle of the fullbacks, one of the highlights I thought coming into the game. Fusitu'a is ahead of Samoa. What about the step of Manu Brown down there?
Yeah. Which one?
The other end?
It's about three of them in there.
Keep it quiet.
It just comes to a complete stop, bamboozles the defence, and then does it again a second later. Great stuff. Do not write him off as having a future in the NRL. That serious injury at the Auckland Nines last year wiped out his 2015.
Only 21 years of age,
Yeah,
too.
hard to crack it. Now in the squad of the Sharks. Lovely ball for Taylor Mariner. Avar runs straight at Pengai, bounces away. All strong, they've got an obstruction. Centre ground, it goes against Samoa. Only the second penalty of the night to the Tongans. Now, who's going to be called out?
You stand here and you
David
listen. Yeah. Mate, I haven't had a problem with your team. But this gentleman's come on and he keeps talking. If I hear another word from him, I'll penalise him on the spot. Okay, talk to him, make sure he doesn't do it again.
Did he talk to him?
Well, he didn't. He heeded his warning. But well done, Ben Cummings. Back straight away, ruled on the obstruction. It was a pretty clear one. And that looked promising again for Samoa. Gaps starting to appear, later stages. Aaron Clark, I wonder where Aaron Clark's going to be injected into this game.
Peter takes the run at Sue, at Fatala Mariner. Pritchard around the legs. Armau had to get involved in the tackle as well. 4 on the big fella. A big foul. Farbe may have knocked Pritchard out. Now Samoa's got a problem. Aaron Clark might be on in a moment. Sasaya Farbe running it. Kaiser Pritchard, who bravely stood his ground. But now can't remember whether he's Frank Pritchard's brother or his uncle or his mother.
It seems interesting. Okay, head clash. You wondered about it, or you can see the effects on that head clash before he even hits the ground. Kaiser Pritchard. Just one of those unfortunate incidents.
Kaiser at 88 kilograms, Vossi, plays like he is in Frank's body. The most fearless lightweight in the Parramatta club and one of them in the game. Just an incredible ticker that doesn't realise he's only a little fella.
How do you get up after that? There's another player who was hit by injury at the Auckland Nines last year. And Kaiser Pritchard gets up and is able to walk from the field. Same concussion rules apply in the test match.
Called him here in an intra-super premiership match 3 or 4 weeks ago for Wentworthville. He had a massive cut in his head that would not stop bleeding the whole game.
Yeah, remember that.
Do you think you could get him off the field?
Do we go through 3 jumpers?
Three jumpers, absolutely.
And here is the chance for Aaron Clark. You reckon his heart's not just about pounding out up through his throat? 18 years of age, runs out in this atmosphere, in this cauldron that is Pertec tonight at 6-all. 6 minutes remain first half. Now Fafita sets it up right. Katoa. Manu is met by Frankie Pritchard and Manu Brown there. Kafusi back to centre field. They scored the opening try of the night, Tonga early. This is Seliuini on the Farbe. He'll go close. 3 defenders. Stop the Manly Seagull. Able to stay on his feet. Last tackle, Tonga. They need a good one. Oh, Matteo inside. Tony Williams, a try saver by Armau. It was the last. Leeson Armau. Frankie Pritchard take a bow there.
Brilliant. And good play too from Tonga. They put the little play on around the dummy half. That's what they would have worked on. And all night, Feleti Mateo has been kicking. And when you've got a big man and attacking weapon like Tony Williams, to run the ball on the last tackle, inspired there and almost came up with the try. And look at the defence coming in now from Tonga.
Yeah, they've got to try and get off their line here. Samoa Wittgenstein does really well. Runs into a pretty stiff tackle over the top by Seliuini.
Bunched against Samoa.
And now getting over the advantage line, everyone having to come in. Latelli threw a risky ball there. But they are out of trouble now with Fatala Mariner. They're over the 30. There's 5 minutes remaining in this first half. Got an A. He's offloaded, maybe off the ground. Play on's the call. Clark's away. His first big touch in this company. But now they have got it forward. The sideline official back on his western side of the ground. I think he spoke into the flag. He said, they're wasting their time, brother. That was forward.
Thought there was an option on the outside there, too, for Godinay. They had a couple of extra numbers, Samoa, and short on defenders there, Tonga.
Looked like a young Braithen Astor walking back when you see Aaron Clark there.
Just make sure you
Braith might have made his first grade debut here, actually.
Make sure you're locked in as well. You're short, you're one short.
Calling here.
One short here.
2001.
Just wait there,
we've all got old, Jimmy.
Just wait.
Well, not a bad touch there from Aaron Clark, was it?
Tim,
Talking about the intensity of the game that he came into.
Bend down, Aaron.
Showed a fair bit of poise about it too. Unfortunately, they don't get the finish off that set. Oh, pick up.
Mateo decides to switch play to Qatar. Confirmation, Braithen Astor did make his debut here. Completion rates, by the way, are out the door. 8 of 18 for Samoa, 9 of 17 for Tonga. That's what's making it exciting. Among other things, the hits and the attacking daring of both teams to try things a little different. Not so regimented. And this time, Varbo, you've got to be brave in the front line of defence here. Good tackle, Asiata. Seliuini to Mateo. He's still got great skill. Sikamanu can't offload there. Armau completes the tackle. Seliuini, Kafusi, that's Patrick. Down to the tackle he goes. Tonga 5 from the line. That's the last in this set. Right side they try. Oh, Mateo! He's put his stake through the ball.
Hold it, hold.
He's not
Bring it out, 10.
to the ground.
Bring it out, 10.
Well, we praised him for his kicking game all night. Because generally speaking, it's been spot on. I don't think you can call that one a kick.
No, probably not. Not his best moment for Letty Mateo.
And I reckon earlier in that set too, he gave it to Manu short. You might want to look going wide next time. Fusatua was there, had numbers on the outside. Again, another one of those opportunities where Tonga creates something, can't quite finish it.
So Samoa out of trouble. 6-all scoreline. Who could possibly tip a winner between these two at the moment?
I was just about to say to you, pick a winner from here. Pick a winner from here.
Not that there is Golden Point. If there was Golden Point, we may be here into Mother's Day trying to get a result with these two hammering each other. Samoa with it back on halfway. 2 points the difference. It was last year, 18-16. Somiava doesn't cut out. He lifts occasionally.
Hang on.
Salamoni, what's he done? He's had a break step. He's lifted the knee. Hang on, maybe it will be 1983. Maybe there will be a send-off. But Solomon Akata and Kirasami Avar have been at each other all night. But Qatar may have taken it just a little too far then.
Well, just as that tackle was made and there was a little hint of a lift in there from Qatar, I thought to myself, well, they've battled hard all night, those two. Probably less about finesse and more about power. There's the lift coming in, but this...
Which one?
There's nothing really in it. He shouldn't do it, and it's a penalty. And now Ba'a shouldn't do that. Let's look for a head clash later on in this. Let's see if there's a head clash later on.
Not a head clash, we're looking for a headbutt.
There, what's that there?
Just back here, Peter. Back there.
What do you reckon, Andy?
So you've just got
Headbutt.
the knee on the court.
I think simultaneous headbutt. Personally, I think they both wanted to go the headbutt.
What's the place to knee to the head? Yeah,
Go the old Liverpool kiss. Let's go over to Ben Cummins.
He'll be on report for the knee. I don't need the throw. They've thrown the ball and escalating the situation because you know what will happen there. Okay? Yeah. Solomon.
Well, Ben Cummins already given away. I'm going to put him on report. Tense moment here at Pertek.
Just listen, Simon, I'll talk to Sicko. Sicko, the penalty's going to the other team. He's used the knee, I'm going to put it on report, and the penalty will go against you.
Now in back play, while Ben Cummins,
I'm keeping an eye on him.
he's only shown to Sickamano.
Yeah, they had the ball that time. Okay, this is on report.
We've just seen in back play, Solomon Akata's gone up to Kurosamiaba and they've shaken hands.
A little embrace.
And embraced an apology, a show of respect. Let's carry on with our battle. We went a little bit far there. What about that?
Well, he walks out.
What's all of this, Jimmy?
He walks out of frame, and I think, oh, where's he going?
He's going over hit him.
And it was a handshake and an embrace and play on. I don't think the contest is going to subside.
Have a look at it in the replay box. We can show it to you. That's extraordinary.
Well, that was going to be anything.
This is great, isn't it? This test match, 10 metres away from the line. What a yarn about that from the dark old days, I'll tell you if I get a chance. Rod Reddy and Les Boyd. As now Samoa with a chance right on half-time. John Asiata, just a metre from the line. They will get their chance with Amel. He doesn't get too many tries at the Dragons. He's against the red and white tonight and doesn't get a try there. Played on the goal line. Back for Brown. Brown steadies, works right side. Runs, gets past Qatar. That time they got a penalty for offside. With 20 seconds on the clock, if they look at the timepiece, they probably go for goal, don't they? You go for 8-6. I think the word's just gone out. Have a look at the clock. Let's try and take a lead into half-time. And that's what they will do. What a first 40 minutes here. I will tell the story. Rod Reddy, Les Boyd and Cogra have gone for it. And I mean full-on throwing punches. These are test teammates at other times. They have belted each other. Rod Reddy with claret all over his head. Goes up to the referee. They both get sin bin for 10. The next shot you see, I think, on the old ABC match of the day, they don't go to the dressing room. They stand in the tunnel together having a chat as Rod Reddy just gets the blood wiped off his head and they stand there having a chat for 10 minutes. The good old days.
Well, we very nearly saw it again here, 2016 at Pertex Stadium.
Oh, there for Looney.
I tell you what it does do. It makes your mouth water for this next 40 minutes.
Absolutely. So Brown to try and give his side the lead going into half-time. His first kick from the other side of the field was fantastic. His second kick's pretty good as well. And Samoa put their noses in front here. One try all in the first half. Famanu Brown 2 from 2. Pacific Test on a Super Saturday on Fox Sports. It is Samoa 8 leading Tonga 6. We'll take a break from Pertex Stadium. Well, we're having an absolute ball here on Fox Sports. This Pacific Test between Samoa and Tonga. There has been some serious ripping and a tearing here tonight. An 8-6 scoreline at half-time with Samoa in front of Tonga and only just getting to the front with that penalty goal right on half-time. I think they deserve probably to go to half-time level.
Oh, Willing doesn't do it justice, does it? The way early start from Tonga, played well, and to be honest, we're going to look at some match stats very shortly.
Does it matter?
Well, it does and it doesn't. You know, there's no stat on emotion.
No.
We don't see that there, and intensity. And you look at the completion rate, both of them at 50%. You know, it's bad in the NRL when it's at 70%. But you know, what we're seeing out here is a fantastic contest, and I probably concur with you. You know, 6-all is probably a fair scoreline going into half-time.
But 8-6 it is. Now, the first try of the night came after just 4 minutes of play. Tonga almost exclusively using Feleti Mateo early with their kicks, and he put in some pretty good ones.
Oh, excellent ones, and none better than this one. Landed perfectly, and Pangai, Masesi Pangai, we haven't seen a lot of, obviously, and only the one NRL game, but showed athleticism there, climbed above the pack, and got himself the first try for Tonga, and they were really strong early on. They deserved that first try.
Yeah, looked really good, Pangai, in the first half. That's not the only good thing he did. He plays for the Townsville Blackhawks in the Intrust Super Cup in Queensland. The reply from Samoa was also from a bomb, and it was Antonio Winterstein, the left winger for Samoa, who came up with a 4-pointer.
Probably the guy that's keeping him out of first grade at the Cowboys, and Winterstein, Oldfield got the good jump on it and got the good grab on it, just couldn't handle it, and Winterstein with that pressure. But it came down early on in the game that both sides, when they did get to their kick, were putting in good kicks. It's just the errors that are hurting them through the middle of the field and in the middle of their sets.
Now, Jimmy, we've told the story a few times tonight of the great efforts by Hull to send Frank Pritchard and Sika Manu here to captain their respective sides. Well, the trip certainly hasn't been wasted. Manu's been very strong for Tonga. And what about Frank Pritchard? What about some of his handling in the first half?
Well, that was superb, that one. We're going to see another one. But pressure on the hamstrings there from Frank. I mentioned the knee heavily strapped beforehand. There's the slips catch. No problem for that. And I like the fact that first thought was, how can I get some metres for my team? The little offload as well. That one, Michael Oldfield's not going to be so impressed about. But and this one, I thought, to be honest, that was a try. And the video referee said no, there was a knock-on in that first instance. But he's been busy, Frank.
Yeah, and Frank Pritchard was pretty keen for that one to go to the video referee. They never even checked the put-down. They went with a drop ball by Brown. All right, we've got some special guests at halftime. I had the pleasure, Andy, of calling these two fellas when they played schoolboy rugby league. Suddenly, I feel very old, and I watched them right here at Parramatta Stadium playing for John Paul II Marion. They were great days.
Yeah, Tony Pulatua, Frank Pulatua, two wonderful footballers, very proud Samoans, and great ambassadors for Pacific Rugby League. The crowd, the atmosphere, the game of footy, this is growing.
Yeah, it is, and it's great to see as well. We want to keep building this spectacle for, to compete at the highest level for international rugby league. So it's great to see all the people out here, and it's great to see so much passion in the game. So,
speaking of the passion, speaking of the excitement and the enjoyment that we get from that side of the field, how emotional is this for a proud Samoan or a proud Tongan in a traditional rivalry?
Well, I guess it sort of goes right back to to our bloodlines, I suppose, and our heritage. Two very very proud cultures. As well as PNG and Fiji, and I guess it's deeply embedded in our DNA. We're very proud about being Samoans, as the Tongan boys about being Tongan, and I think it's just great, as Tony mentioned. It's a great spectacle for all of our communities to come here and enjoy, and we'll be building this for many years to come.
What about two centres almost going at it, then having a cuddle? That wouldn't have happened back in the day, would it?
Well, they probably would have just had a cuddle first, and then probably even a warm embrace in the tunnel. But look. It gets a bit fiery out there. The guys, obviously very, very passionate, and sometimes they might just ball over. But it's good to see that the guys, kept their cool and kept the focus on football.
This crowd is amazing. I know what you're going to say, Samoa. Why does Samoa win?
I think we're controlling the ball at the moment. So I know there's been a few errors just on those kicks and that, but we've hung in there, and Tonga have put a lot of pressure on us in the first half, but we've really hung in there and come out on top in the first half.
Thanks, boys, for joining us. Fossey, back to you. I can't wait for this second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Good on you, Andy, and great to hear from both Frank and Tony Pulatua doing some really good things in rugby league. Now, Andy mentioned that battle of Avaa and Qatar. This was quite an extraordinary moment. They've had a battle all half.
Yeah, it was building. I didn't realise it was building to this. A brain snap there from Qatar, and Alvaa needs no invitation to carry on like that. But this was the one that got me. Well, Ben Cummins is going to be issuing a caution.
Yeah.
Solomon Carter walks away from the caution and just a handshake and an embrace.
That's almost my highlight of the year.
Oh,
that's just wonderful.
Well, when I saw it happening, I thought, uh-oh, what's going on? Handshake, embrace. Okay, let's get on with some footy. Let's hope that is the case, because we don't want to be talking about that sort of thing at the end of this 80 minutes.
Who wins it for your mind? You said you didn't know a few minutes out from half time. You care to make a call?
I'm going to go with Samoa because I tipped them at the start. And they're ahead by 2 points. Does that make sense?
8-6 is the scoreline. You're watching it all on Fox Sports on this Saturday night. It's huge this week. It's even bigger next week. Our doubleheader, round 10 of the NRL from Suncorp Stadium. It comes sensational moment that may have a sensational conclusion. Combined weight of these two coming across, it's about 740 kilos. That is a great rugby league moment. That was the corresponding game last year. How it finished up on the Gold Coast. Tafua denied a try. And Samoa were able to hang on for a 2-point victory. There is Manu Brown had some brilliant touches in the first half here tonight.
Oh, there's a bit of class about Manu Brown, isn't there? There's a capacity to look at what's in front of him. Beautiful dancing feet as well. We've seen the good kicking game. I want to see a little bit of passing game, and even more, I'd love to see a bit of a running game from Manu Brown and just see what he can do. I think he's going to be a key for them, Samoa, in this second half. And that man, David Fusatua, who has already had some highlights for this game, you can just see that confidence that he would have got out of that excellent performance that he had for the Warriors last week against the Dragons. I think he's brought all of that into this game as well, and he's the man most likely, in my mind, to be a danger man for Tonga.
Here's a trivia question for you.
Okay, fire away.
Who's David Fusitua's childhood hero?
Sikamanu?
Colin Best. Unbelievable.
Are you serious?
True story.
Good man, Colin Best.
Here's the second half of the Pacific Test. Samoa versus Tonga. 2-point lead to the Samoans. 1 try all. Brown has kicked 2 from 2. And Fafita, it is to bring it back. He's been told to watch himself by the referee, Ben Cummins. He got on there as if he was being paid by the word. And now for Vave. 7th test he's playing for Tonga tonight. Crowd a little subdued to start the second half. They've had a rest. They finished on a high note in that first half with Samoa peppering the Tongan line. Now away for Manu.
Had to run a long way before getting to the defence there.
He was running at least an arm hours. Now the Tongans across to centre field. Mateo keeps it going along for Williams. Oh, Kata runs in to Karasumi again. That's quite a handshake and embrace, that one. With Mateo 35 metres away from the Samoan line. The ball is going to be allowed to bounce. It kicks on. It's anyone's. It's Winterstein's. Antonio Winterstein is back to the in goal. They say play on. Momentum with the defence. Line dropout for Samoa.
Kafusi involved in that one. Why, oh why do you let that ball bounce? That's exactly what it can do. Goes anywhere. Made good metres to get there too. Did Winterstein. Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, it was Matt Wright.
Yeah, it was probably more Matt Wright's left shoulder.
That got him.
Kirasami would take some credit for it though. Simona with the line dropout. I still think he can be a match winner for Samoa here. Simona. And Fafita's wound up. Fafita launching himself at 3 defenders. Right in there again, and that will be a penalty to Tonga. Hasn't been many of them tonight. 7-3 the penalty count. It's an early bounce of the ball since half-time with the Tongans.
Well, they showed the capacity in that first half to be able to put on a set of 6. A set plays in the good attacking positions where they had really good plans that they were working to. Mateo can execute those. Let's see what they've got here early in the second half.
Mateo to Vave, centre field. 15 metres away on tackle number 1. Only 2.5 minutes into the second half. Now with Fafita. One of these big men you think is going to plunge over sooner or later. Mind you, there's some big men in the defensive line marking up. Is now across to Manu. Manu, beautiful footwork. By the way, that's Pritchard in the tackle. Yes, he's on for Samoa. As now Mateo, across it comes for Williams. Kept it going. Katar's pass was knocked down. Wright will chase through. Seliuini gets back for it. No advantage there to Tonga.
And Vossi, just an update from the dressing rooms at half-time. Obviously, we're not going to see Samasoni Langi again. He's done his ACL, out for the game, probably for the year for North Sydney/South Sydney. Kaiser Pritchard did pass his concussion test, and there are no injury concerns in the Samoan sheds.
Well, he was one tough rooster, Kaiser Pritchard, to come back.
And who's the one who's doing a lot of the talking out there for Samoa at the moment? It's Casey Pritchard. He's one of those guys that's a real barometer of the team. You know, that they feed their energy from someone like him. I know his big brother's the leader, but he brings his own energy to the team as well, Casey. Still talking.
Well, have they got a scrum play for us here? The Tongans, as Fusatua shifted around to the short side. They go open side. Manu. Has he ever had his socks up in his life, Sika Manu? Probably not. Probably don't fit over his calf muscles, to be honest. There's the ball with Totai. He's only 5 from the line. Good tackle low down there by Asiata, the cowboy. Celiuini, Mateo, look out. Goes out the back. David Fusatua. Brilliant defence, Samoa. Matthew Wright again. A bar across there, but I'm pretty sure it's the number 5, Matthew Wright, who does a lot of the work here.
Yeah, he gets a good look at that work from Alvaa through the centre there. He recognised that he was the man that needed to make the effort from the inside, because otherwise Fusatua either slices through or commits the winger and immediately releases the football. Great effort too. I mean, he hasn't calmed down much at half-time.
No.
Kurasomi Alvaa. But that was one of those good set plays that they put on there. Getting players in motion, and Fusatua is a go-to man for this Tongan side.
Scrum 10 metres away from the Samoan line. And a bit of what you could call gym boss going on in this scrum. That might be the word for it.
Let's get this ball in and out. Head in.
That's what Ben Cummins is saying. Let's just get this ball in and out. There's the scrum slogan of the modern day. Oh no! Of all players to drop it, Kurasomi Alvaa has put it down in the first tackle. An ugly moment for a man of the moment. Celiuini, up it comes for Fafita. I reckon it'll be Fafita or Vave who is the big bloke to get over the line. They're itching for a crack. A crossfield leaking up there with Totai. He's offloaded back to Manu. Showing us a skill set there close to the line.
Still on left. It's still on left.
Only 2 on the right side, all the rest on the left. Vave's offloaded, knocked back there, I thought, by Kafusi. Then he's knocked it on a second, a third and a fourth time. And they'll probably go with a second one. And it'll be a Samoan scrum feed, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's an easing of the pressure after their last effort.
That was where Feleti Mateo had to overrule whatever it was that was being called out to this right-hand side. Feleti Mateo was posted on the left, where he's been all night, and had numbers with him. I don't know what the overcall is for Tonga tonight, but that's when he should have used it. And again, another opportunity goes begging for Tonga. They've had so many of them throughout the course of this 47 minutes, but that's another one that they've missed tonight.
How can you enjoy a match so much where we may have a record low completion rate by both teams? Oh, that's a good scrum. It ended up with 1 Tongan against the 6 of the Samoan pack. Play on! Samoa back to the 20. It's just too hard. So Samoa coming out of trouble with Latelli. Limited opportunities for the Cronulla Centre tonight. Pritchard, centre field, they were rushing up there. We just started coming from the wing. Running into some big hombres there in the centre. Fafita and Vave, 2 of the biggest. And now with Asiata, Godinay pulled up quickly there. He's okay. So whether he's 100%, Pritchard kicks, and it's good. All the way back to 5 minutes out from the Tongan line. David Fusatua runs at Simona, the 2 fullbacks meet. And that was pretty heavy as well. Now 20 from their own line. This is Pengai. Good run. Every run he's done tonight has been good, hasn't it?
The best thing about that set of 6 from Samoa is they got to their kick. They haven't done that for a while. It was a good kick too. Good charge, Tony Williams.
Anyway, Samoa lead this match by 8-6, only 42% of the ball. Now Vave, that stat you've got to think is going to count for something sooner or later. And off goes Celiuini. The old ran up a drain pipe. 15 metres away from the Samoan line. Last tackle for the Tongans. It's a Katoa who decides to kick low, then sits up and has to be taken dead by Brown. I thought off the bit, that's going to be too long for sure.
Yeah.
And then Katoa just made it stand up on its point.
I don't know whether they're going to rotate out of dummy half, Seliwini and Katoa tonight. It looks like Katoa's going to play that halfback role, but that's when they make good progress, don't they, through the middle of the field. You can get that tired defender, and Seliwini, as you mentioned, out of the National Rugby League for a couple of years, he's giving a reminder of what his strength was, and that is getting out of dummy half and putting pressure on defenders. He's done it a few times.
I've been really impressed with him in the fact that they've had to overcome the adversity of losing Langy. Gee, that's a big line dropout. Goes 59 metres on the full to Vave. Sasaya Vave this time runs at John Asiata. We just play for 20 minutes where we have line dropout and run back, or kick off and run back. And we'll just rate it out of 10 every run. There's Seliwini on to Mateo. He's sprinting at the line there. Godinay, they've attacked him in defence. He's 18 tackles tonight. And at this time, short side, not on there for Qatar. He gets in a wrestle with both Godinay and Wright. Eventually he's got to play it somewhere close enough to the mark. Back high for Williams, across for Fafita. The Fafita fin comes out. Offload has been lost again. The completion rate of Tonga is 13 of 25. Samoa's is 11 of 22. Who cares?
Andy, can we get an update from the coaches at half-time? And was it hold the ball, hold the ball, hold the ball from Matt Parrish and Christian Wolf?
Yeah, and then the players ignored the coach and said the harder we hit, the better we'll go.
That's it.
Dancing up and down and prowling up and down the sideline at the moment. Sam Cassiano, Jesse Sue and Junior Paulo, the three middle leaders for this Samoan side, desperate to get back on.
About to send back on about 475 kilos. And Samoa with the ball 5 metres short of halfway. Still leading by 2. Brown goal right on half-time is the difference. It's easy. You know, they're ready to come back on. It's hard to take some of these blokes off that are doing the job for their respective sides. High kick towards Oldfield's wing. The Rabbitohs winger is onto it. And was able to get past a couple. That's an enormous run back from Michael Oldfield. Pritchard at the finish of all of that.
You're having nightmares about Frank Pritchard into this game. Michael Oldfield. Doesn't he dance well? Skips away from defenders. He's only played a couple of games this year for South Sydney, but you forget about his athleticism.
Oh, this time David Fafita's been hurt. They were getting ready to make a change. It may have been David Fafita coming off as well. Tonga have got 3 players up. Samoa have got 3 players up. Ready to come on. Tonga in possession, 39 metres away from the Samoan line. You're watching it live and ad-free here on Fox Sports tonight. The Pacific Test. Papua New Guinea winners over Fiji earlier tonight. Port Moresby's gone mad. As the ball now kicked by Katoa, another good one. It bounces on a little far and then Simona goes dead. Another line dropout. This is the fill-in halfback doing the job here and doing it so well, Sione Katoa.
He'll get himself another position the way he's going. Sione Katoa. Great control on this ball. I reckon there's another bounce in. I reckon he can let that one go, Tim Simona, but that's really easy from up here. I'm not the man under pressure from the Tongan defence. And he's going to have to launch this another 60 metres. And his team's going to have to hold on for another 6 tackles.
There it is, tackled in opponents 20. Tonga now have had 38 tackles tonight to Samoa's 10. Overall possession, 59% to Tonga.
Sam out! Mark it straight right here.
Well, they've got to get a play on. And the play literally might be Seliwini out of dummy half. And any second phase play is going to put this Samoan defence under all sorts of pressure.
And only the one line break to Tonga though tonight. Often running down that short side with Williams. Tala Mariner across there with big Sam Cassiano. Dogzilla is back. Wearing the blue and white of Samoa tonight. Played by Fafita. He's recovered from that other knock. Katoa on to Manu. Manu is 5 from the line. Gets them interested on the outside. Brown hangs on. So too Latelli. Last tackle Tonga. Down by 2. Katoa with another kick. He kicks across. It wasn't good that time. Fielded by Matthew Wright. And in fact, they've said caught in goal, did they? Yes, yep, so over to the 20. I think even Matthew Wright knew he'd caught it in goal. Did he kick it in? Did he catch it in goal? I'm not sure. Well, the referee says yes. Fair enough, there it is.
They rarely get those ones wrong, Bossy. Replay box showing their foot on the line.
I think I once said 9 out of 10 they're 100% right. Well, they're 100% right 9 out of 10 times.
Just didn't quite do enough that set with the football, did they, Tonga? You know, we've seen the stats about how much possession they've had and where they've had it, but they just didn't challenge the Samoan line enough.
Cassiano running it far back, and the ground moved just a little. Katoa gets physical with Sam Cassiano. He's fighting out of his weight there as they get going with Clark and Brown. Holds it up for Latelli. Wrong foot's the defence. That is a try. That is a try for Samoa. I said he's had limited chances tonight. Well, he's made the most of that one. The Cronulla Shark in a Samoan jumper has scored a vital try here tonight.
You said he was underrated as well, and he showed what a consistent footballer. Well, he showed it over years at the Cronulla Sharks. Our man, New Brown, committing defenders, but the move that Latelli puts on his opposite, and Totai just can't match it. Look at him. Looking inside, bang, off that left. The big fend on Sikamanu. Great bit of work there from Ricky Latelli. And you got the feeling that when they didn't do enough with the football down the other end, it was going to come back to bite Tonga, and that's exactly what's happened here with Ricky Latelli and his Samoan teammates.
Great stuff, Latelli. Last year, actually, Cronulla was rewarded with a 3-year contract. That was the first contract of his career that had been longer than one season. He got a 3-year deal put in front of him. Have a look at the fans here tonight. If I told you my observation early was they're having a fair deal of fun, I stand by that comment. This is some party here at Pertec. And you sort of want Tonga to score next. You want the party to continue with the scores close. You want them all to be enjoying the tension of it. Big kick for Brown for the 8-point lead. First two, he has struck beautifully. There's another string to his bow. And Brown, his third kick. He's going to bring that one in left to right. 3 from 3. 14-6. Samoa over Tonga. Andy Raymond down on the sideline. You soaked up the atmosphere of Papua New Guinea versus Fiji earlier, but these fans now, they are putting on a show in the stands.
They're out and they are loud. They are having the time of their life. There is not one issue amongst the crowd. The only issue might be the hot dog salesman at the end of the night on Church Street running out of product. I reckon it could be, just having a look at the crowd, I reckon it could be the night to go and sneak into the pub, because there will not be a doorman in business at any Sydney pub tonight. They're all here in the crowd.
Samoa with the ball 15 metres out from their own line from the restart.
They've done it without the football, Samoa. 41% possession. Oh,
Cassiano got the offload away. Simona was held back in support, and the penalty goes to Samoa. Look at the pats on the back for Sam Cassiano.
There he is. Katoa again, just hanging on early. Can't do that. But the point I was going to make, Samoa is leading, and they haven't had any football. They certainly haven't had any football in attacking position. So what you've got to do is credit the great defensive effort that they've been able to put in. And we've seen at different stages they've been so bunched when they do get the football, but that's a function of not having it. So
Jimmy,
now a little breather and good attacking position, Andy.
Jimmy, you mentioned earlier that Kaiser Pritchard, the great barometer of the enthusiasm of this Samoan footy side. Kaiser's come to the interchange. As a result, it's the fullback and another young fella, Tim Simona. He is the one barking orders and steering this ship around.
Working right side there with Leeson Armour. 22 minutes just over remaining. Next score in this match is critical. Clark to centre field. The 18-year-old young warrior there. Oh, he gets tipped over. Quick play the ball though. Got an 8. 10 metres away from the line. Step. There's that left foot from Brown again. It looks lethal. Manu slows the play the ball right up. Samoa on the attack. They send Dogzilla straight at them.
Last tackle.
Sick him, they say. And Tonga are able to hold him up. Slow play the ball again. Clark, last play. Brown dabs the kick on the fingertips. Tonga hang on. That was well read by David Fusatua.
Pretty sure it was Penny Terapo who got really good contact on Sam Cassiano in the charge just before that play that we're seeing the replay of, and he had to too. Now, not just to stop the try, but sent a bit of impact as well. Great effort from New Brown again, controlling that possession weight now, and they start getting some more football. If we said Tonga had great opportunities, here we go, back-to-back sets for Samoa.
First line drop out of the night for Tonga. They let it bounce there. Pritchard turned around and thought, will you get it? And then he realised there was no one there to get it. So Pritchard onto it. The ever-smiling Fred Pritchard, 25 metres away from the Tongan line. Centre field with Asiata. We know from his Cowboys play, he's got some skill. Yeah. He's got some game, John Asiata. And now Clark. This has Godinay. Short there to Fatala Mariner. Offloads to Godinay. Samoa 10 from the line. Kept alive by Clark. Now for Brown. Backs away from Manu. Does some serious dancing. Then puts the kick in, which is smothered by Totai. I'm not going to criticise him and say not to play because it's brilliant entertainment.
No, well, I will then. Sorry. But his second tackle, I know it looked promising and then it shut down, so you think, oh, I've lost my opportunity. That's where you've got to have the calm head and say, let's take a tackle and we'll get another one a little bit later on in the set. Didn't do that.
Over Carter. Running infield. Cassiano in defence. Now off goes Celiuini. Godinay, the bantamweight's been head on there. Godinay has been in the line of fire most of the night. Has not shirked the task. At any occasion, Mateo's kick fielded by Simona. Crowd right into the contest. Simona sprints back, ankle tap there. Wanted a quick play to ball. He's crawled off the mark a good couple of metres, so play will continue. Matthew Wright with it. 4 short of halfway into the final quarter we go. 8 points the margin. And this is Winterstein, scored Samoa's first try of the match. They're singing in the stands here. On for Pritchard. Wrapped up over the top there by Katoa. Steady set by Samoa. Godinay now looking to spread it for Fatala Mariner. Over in there is Mateo. Last tackle, they'll complete a set. The kick's going to come from Godinay. Get set for this one. Out towards the centres. Knocked down by Latelli. Over the top to Winterstein. Winterstein steps back in field. Links up with Frankie Boy, who loses it. It'll be a Tongan ball.
Don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. You know, we saw earlier we can be critical of New Brown, but on that occasion, really good set of 6 from Samoa. And the last play, well, they didn't get a result, but turning over the football where they did is not bad in and itself. Solomon Akante having some trouble. You can see in the top of your screen there. I think it's cramp that he's suffering from. We're 18 minutes out. There is a lot of footy to be played tonight.
Sure is. Quick play the ball there. And back for Taylor. Try and kick from inside the 40. He's hit it. It's out on the full. First of all, he was thinking maybe it's put him off because he was trying to get himself inside the red line. And through doing that, he got himself off balance, I reckon, is my diagnosis of the miss kick. He sort of had to steady shuffle across sideways and then puts that out.
Skewed it off the side of the boot. But he did that previous kick. He went for a 40-20 the previous kick and hit it really well. Simona was perfectly positioned and cut that one off, no problem. That time he thought, well, I'm going to have to get... It was a shorter side. He said, I'm going to have to get even cuter with this one. And didn't strike it well at all. Again, it comes back to that fatigue, and it's going to be boring, Bossy, but the team that holds the football in this last 17 minutes is going to be the team that wins this game.
So Samoa with the ball with Godinay and Fatala Mariner. I know one thing. It's proving tonight is Samoa keep it alive. Did it up with a bar. It popped up. Oh, look at his footwork there. What was that? The Avar quick step. And he puts a palm out in the tackle. And Pengai. Samoa centre field. Paulo moving freely. How do you stop that? Now to Sue. He's into the clutches of Kafusi. 10 metres from the line. Samoa with more ball, and they're making it work for them. Forward pass, Brown to Pritchard. He's been denied another one. No try for you, Frankie boy. Cassiano thinks it's a try. Sorry, Sam, but I want to break the news to you. The man has not scored. I was going to say, the scrum clock. I missed the scrum clock because tonight, boy oh boy, have they taken some time to pack scrums. Like they are running at 45 and 50 seconds every scrum here tonight.
No scrum clock being used in this international game. It was all set up out the back there too, wasn't it, for Big Sam Cassiano? That's where the eyes went from New Brown. Pulled forward. I think it was forward as well, but I don't mind the option. The no-look pass is becoming more and more a part of rugby league.
Vossi, apart from the tribalism, the entertainment and the benefits that Pacific Rugby League gets out of a game like this, I'll give you 4 names to have a think about. Brown, Godinay, Pengai and Katoa. 4 young men that have tonight, they've used this stage as an opportunity to put their name out there as potential stars of the future. Another club might be looking at their performance tonight thinking, this kid's got something.
Yeah, I think it's the return of Brown and what we've seen tonight. Oh, Godinay goes out of frame again. The determined Peter Godinay. He's spent a bit of time on his backside tonight, but he just keeps on getting up, keeps putting himself in the way. Nice ball, Terapo. Manu kept it alive, lost there by Totai. Hit his body, they say play on. Last tackle it is for Tonga. Now 15 to go. 14-6 scoreline. Folletti Mateo launches this one. Again, it's allowed to bounce. It sits up. Play on for Tonga. Ends up with Kafusi. Back for Qatar. Puts in a very good kick. Rolls into the arms of Simona. Oh, then Simona runs at Pengai.
Well, they're appealing for shoulder charge. My first thought was shoulder charge. Here's some strong defence coming in from Tony Williams. Maybe he tried to get the arms around. Benefit of the doubt there. Good point Andy made too about those guys who have put their names back up in lights after being out of NRL action. I know Godinay played last week for the Manly club, but now this is a chance to shine, and they're taking this opportunity. This guy's a star already on the big stage, Junior Paulo.
Yeah, colossal season so far for Parramatta. One of the reasons why I reckon they can make up the ground that they've now lost. Last tackle with Samoa. They may take it out of play this time. Brown searches for the corner. Fuzatua across to it with urgency. Then Fuzatua. Legu made the tackle. Little Godinay got up there as the chaser. Tonga in possession. 13 and a half to go here on Fox Sports.
Both fullbacks have given you a reminder tonight just about how good they are as athletes, first and foremost. And then they've both got that little bit of football. And Simona's playing out of position. Fuzatua hasn't played a lot of fullback, but both of them underscoring just how talented they are.
Off a Hengawi there, rocked by Sue over the top. And this time with Terapo, he delivers a short ball. Kafusi onto it. 20 metres out from the line. Last tackle. This is a big one for Tonga right now. Down by 8. They need a result. And Mateo doesn't get one. Right corner, no, they're going to stay front defender play, and they're trapped in goal. This time, Matthew Ray didn't know about the last one. They said you could have a 20-metre restart. This time he was convinced. He got back in goal.
Well, we know that
Cummins said no way.
We know that 9 times out of 10 they get it 100% right.
That's right, 100% of the time, 9 out of 10. That might be the 5% of the 100% where they're not 1 out of 10 right or wrong, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's put in the in-goal area.
And they've overturned it.
Yeah, there we go.
The bunker has overturned it. And Samoa...
It's been reviewed, and he actually catches it from the in-goal. It's been reviewed. Ready?
So 20-metre restart. Samoa with the ball, 12 minutes to go.
Well, I'm really no clearer about where we get our winner. I know the 8-point buffer is crucial. But a couple of errors. And what we've seen from Tonga tonight, they still have the capability to get themselves a couple of tries in this last 12 minutes.
40 metres away from the line, Samoa Sue with another charge. I've said that about a few of them tonight. There's not too many soft hit-ups here this evening. Clark left side with Paulo. 3 defenders in there. Last tackle for the men in blue. They go to the short side for Brown. The kick this time is good. Yeah, he got that one right. And it'll be a line drop out to Tonga. Their second of the evening.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Exactly what his side needs. His side needs the football. Or more pertinently, keep the football away from the opposition. And to be honest, they might have some plays that they can put on here. There's a lot of fatigue in the team. But Samoa just need to get to their 5th tackle and do that again. If you can control the game like that, New Brown, he can bring his side home on the back of his foot. If you know what I mean.
I think that makes sense. On the foot of his back, the back of his foot. Paulo with the ball. 9 times out of 10, you make 100% sense.
5%.
That's it. Sue with the ball, 15 metres out, right in front of the posts. This now is the biggest set of the night. Tonga just have to hang on. They've got to find a way. Gotane with it. Gotane takes a little run. Hasn't done too much running at the line tonight. And he was caught. Well, that was held. Through that. That was Mother's Day when he threw the pass. 10 metres away from the Tongan line. Now for Sue. And Sue will keep the legs moving right in front of the posts. 2 tackles to go in this set. Samoa would have a little shot from dummy half. Vave having none of that. Now it's the last tackle. The look to Brown again. He kicks it across, looking for his winger Witherspoon, and what a take from Oldfield. Headed back in goal. Yep, he's above the line. It's a line drop out again for Tonga, but it's still a wonderful take by Oldfield. It's game over if he doesn't catch it.
Michael, you're over the goal line.
Look at the appreciation from your teammates. And as well as Peter Gotane has been, it's now well and truly New Brown is the man that's calling the shots out there. He was the man they go to on that last tackle. He was the man that came up with the inch-perfect kick. And his defenders backed him up. So all that great effort there from the 2 players that we had there for Samoa, from Winterstein and Latelli, buys all their teammates this extra time with the football, grows their energy and saps the energy. Short from Tonga.
And they've got it over the 10-metre line. Well, the ball has broken the plane. That's all it has to do. And it bounced up over the 10-metre line. Doesn't have to touch the ground over the 10-metre line. Just has to break the plane. Qatar's shorts have become a mess over in that left side.
He's struggling with that cramp.
Yeah, he's in all sorts of trouble there. Vave with it. Played a lot of minutes tonight. Sasai Vave.
Been impressive, hasn't he?
15 hit-ups. It's the top count for either side. Yeah, he's been impressive. There's the curse. Jimmy can take the fall for that one. And here is Cassiano with it. Offloaded. Avar trying to get through. Oh, he'd celebrate a try, wouldn't he? Kurosami. Clark. Gotane. Sue. That time into Siliuini. Vave also over the top. 12 metres from the line. They've got the field position, Samoa. Brown, they're looking to find the knockout punch. Brown offloads. Simona with it. They've put it down, Samoa. The door just will not be closed on Tonga tonight. With 7.5 to go.
Do we get our grandstand finish? There's a great opportunity. Well, they've still got the opportunity to do that, Tonga. They've been so impressive this last 20 minutes, Samoa, really controlling this game of football. And it opened up for them there. Brown showed that footwork again. Simona showed his skills. There was a hole there. And if you want to be critical from an NRL point of view, well, you know, maybe you're getting a little over-exuberant. We don't care here at the Pacific Test, do we?
I politely say, stuff it. So Tonga with the ball 15 minutes out from their own line.
I hate to hear you be impolite.
You want to see something a little different.
Give me space.
You want to see this passion converted into the football, and that's what we've seen all night. It's got to be Mateo who creates here. It may be Fusatua who makes the sprint and the rest, but it's got to be Feleti Mateo who creates, and here he is. Mateo out of the fingertips of Williams. They didn't need that.
Just speaking about Feleti Mateo there, it was always going to be tough for Tonga, wasn't it, when they lost Samoa Langi? Natural first receiver. As good and talented as Feleti is, as we can see him in action here, and as good and talented as Sione Katoa is, neither of them are a natural play-to-play first receiver, and that was always going to create confusion in the attack of the Tongan side.
Yeah, just a reminder that Andy brought us that news a little bit earlier. Samoa Langi, who started the game impressively, has been impressive playing in the Intrust Super Premiership. ACL for the second time.
Wish him well. By the way, a totally different note. Tim Moulton announced his retirement yesterday. Chronic injuries.
Speaking of unlucky
27 years of age. Wish you well, Tim, if you're watching tonight. Here is Brown with the ball. Samoa on for Simona. Got it right, Jimmy. You were ready to launch on me there. I'm almost breaking into my Sharona when I say Simona. Out of dummy half goes Clark. And this is Paulo. I got to say, I want to try from one of the big boys. I want to see if there's a post-try celebration in the offering. Gotta know. Oh, no, I don't know about that pass. That was forward, wasn't it? Cassiano. Avar's got it. He's got his chance. Oh, finished off there by Ofahengawi for Tonga. 5 from the line. And they go short side with Wright. And Wright may have scored. I think he has. Thumbs up. Matthew Wright. He may have won it for Samoa. Right man, right time. Matthew Wright.
No, he has won it for Samoa. What about that? What were we expecting tonight? Maybe a big play on the back of New Brown. Maybe Simona for Samoa. But we didn't get that. It was out of dummy half for Matthew Wright. A very basic try, but they're all worth 4 points. And look at the crowd right in that corner. It is filled with Thai Samoa supporters. A crowd of 15,225 here tonight at Pertex Stadium. They have seen not 1, not 2, but 3 excellent games of rugby league culminating in this one.
And Matthew Wright will strength eventually to get it down, or did he? Well,
that's down.
He's down there somewhere, and he salutes Matthew Wright. Look, I'll put this idea forward before. I'm seeing it again tonight watching Samoa play Tonga. That on my dream list, Jimmy, is that at the same time as New South Wales fight out against Queensland in Origin, that we have a tri-series New Zealand, Tonga and Samoa across the Tasman. At the end of those 2 series, we have New Zealand versus Australia. New Zealand can take their pick out of all the nations, Tonga, Samoa, Cook Islands, and play the best of Queensland and New South Wales. Now that, to me, would work.
I love the fact that there's the kick coming in here, waved away. There needs to be an alternative for the Pacific Island nations to stay
with one test.
There needs to be an alternative.
You can't leave us with 1 test in May each year. There's got to be a stepping stone for them other than a World Cup every 4 years. As Mateo tries the kick, 12 is the margin, 3.5 to go. It's out on the full again.
Well, think about what Samoa did in the 2014 Four Nations. You know, they announced themselves on the world stage.
I'm just saying across the Tasman, you've got the potential to use the mate versus mate concept, which was the birthplace of origin, mate versus mate. You do that in a tri-series, Tonga, Samoa, New Zealand. Then the mates get together to represent New Zealand, where a lot of their roots are. A lot of them are New Zealand born, but represent their family heritage for Tonga or Samoa. We'll let them do that at the first level and then play the test series down the track. 2-match series, home and away. One in New Zealand, one in Australia.
Football-wise, it makes sense. Emotionally, it makes sense. I reckon commercially, it would be an absolute winner.
22 metres away from the line. With it is Fatala Mariner. How would good Origin week be then? Well, those matches on. There's out of dummy half goes Clark. He's rattling. Faketa's got it. The youngest player on show. There's not just icing on this cake. Oh, they go to the bunker. Doesn't that spoil the moment? He says no try.
The defender is held there in the marker position for us.
Oh, there you go. I was just going to say, icing, candles, balloons, flowers, dancing girls, everything. Marilyn Monroe out of a cake. Which would be quite a story. And there is Fatala Mariner interfering with Vavo, who was very willing to be part of it. That happens plenty of times during the match, but this is in a try-scoring play.
We can see at that point that the Samoan player takes hold of the marker. We have a decision and going to the board as a
You think
obstruction in the
Vavo
play.
was in any mind to try and make the tackle on the dummy half? Do you think he was thinking, oh, I'm going to race out of marker here? And no, he wasn't, but
doesn't matter.
It's no try.
That's not the grandstand moment for Samoa.
So he's taking any chance to make the tackle. So it'll be a penalty against your team.
2.5 to go.
The only man on the field who hasn't played National Rugby League, Aaron Clark, he's been impressive tonight. The work that he's done out of dummy half, under-20s player for the Warriors, still eligible for the under-20s next year for the Warriors as well. He's impressed.
So Tonga on the restart. A few more big charges. Vave takes that one. Now Qatar. Almost up to, yes, he is to halfway.
Here it is.
Doesn't he run with fearsome determination? Oh, there, let's have the hits. Don't worry about the score. Let's keep playing until midnight. Fafita. They're in no hurry to stop. Fans want it to continue. With the ball is off of Hengawi. And he carries defenders. Just under 2 minutes remaining. 12 points the difference. Been a while since Tonga have been down this end. Williams, centre field for Fafita. Mateo, flat ball there. Manu almost lost it. Last play now for Tonga. To the right side they go. Katoa, very flat cut-out ball. Toe tie's going nowhere. The Samoa defence hang on. The last shot has been fired by the Tongans.
Tonga scored their try in, what was it, the 3rd minute, 4th minute? And they haven't been able to cross the Samoan try line since. Look at all the players down with cramp, struggling because of the intensity of the game. Right now at home, every NRL coach is sitting there with fingers and toes, everything crossed. And the Hull FC coach.
Yep.
Just praying that these players get through this game and injury-free. And again, a reminder around that serious injury to Samasoni Langi. Ben Gardner at the North Sydney Bears will be ruining the loss of a very important part of his team.
It's a crampathon out there at the moment. There are 5 of them down there with cramp. So Samoa with the ball, 5 minutes away from their own line. And the fans want one more score. Oh boy, there was a fend on Tongatisi on teammate there. Clark has got himself in the middle of something there. Tonga, their mindset is we want one more play. We want to try and score before full time. Clock has stopped inside the final minute.
Okay, let's go.
You see what I'm saying about the scrum clock, Evan? Hasn't that been a welcome addition to the NRL when you see how this has carried on tonight? This has been a strata meeting every time we've had a scrum.
They've raised the levies every time too. No pets allowed,
That's
Bossy.
it. You can't put your washing out on the balcony. As now the ball goes to the left. Qatar with the ball. He's 9 metres away from the line. Last chance for points for Tonga. A fiercely fought match tonight. Williams centre field for Vabe. Well, I get my wish for one of the big boys to score. 9 from the line. Seliuini, he's one of the smaller ones. And consumed in the tackle there. Paulo was the tackler. Mateo, out it comes to Williams. Fend on Godinay. The Mosquitoes gone again. It's Williams putting the kick through. It's taken dead by Sue. And that'll be it. They've done it again, Samoa. They've beaten Tonga in the Pacific Test, scoring 3 tries to 1. As Jimmy said, they trailed 6-0 after 4 minutes. They have kept their opponent scoreless from that point. Their fans have gone wild. At full time, Samoa 18, Tonga 6.
Well, there's players out on their feet. They're still struggling.